Well, thank you so much for visiting the channel again. And in the last video, we discussed about Ketu, the overall characteristics of Ketu, uh, what it means, what to have a Ketu influence in your life, what it means when you're going through a Ketu phase, what are the things that you experience at a high level, right? So we discussed that. But the most important thing everyone would be concerned about is what does it mean to me? All those high level things are fine, but does it have any relevance to my life? Right? And it's a very valid question. In this channel, my objective will be to give you very practical approaches towards getting help through astrology. Uh, Objective is not about giving you vague metaphysical, philosophical, uh, you know, view about astrology. While that there is a place for all of that, but my objective will be to kind of make it as applicable in our lives. If it is not applicable in our lives, it becomes an academic exercise, right? So I don't want to do anything academic that is of no help. So the objective is going to be that how does Ketu really impact you personally in your life, right? Now, if you intend to make use of this channel, uh, only thing I would request you to do is to have your chart with you. If you have your own chart with you, that is great. If you don't have it, download any of the softwares, well-known softwares that are there on your phone or on your PC, on your laptop, and input your time of birth, date of birth, and place of birth, and you will get your chart. And then make a note from your chart where exactly your Ketu is, which house. Right? If you don't know how to read houses, there are so many videos on YouTube that will give you an understanding of how to read houses in your chart. Right? But there are 12 houses, and all of your planets, all the 9 planets, occupy those houses. Right? All the 12. I mean, sometimes you will have multiple planets in one house. Sometimes you'll have no planets in a house. Sometimes you'll have just a single planet in a house, right? So all those combinations are there. So if you can check in your own chart which house Ketu is located in. Forget about all the technical aspects of it, the degree of Ketu, whether Ketu is conjunct with XYZ planet, whether Ketu is in its exalted sign or debilitated sign or any of them. Forget all of that technical. Just make a note of which house is your Ketu in. Don't even note down the Rashi it is in for the time being. Just make a note of which house it is in, right? Now it is very easy to determine whether Ketu's placement in your chart, is it giving you a beneficial results, or is it making you work a lot harder to achieve those beneficial results, right? Um, Let us take an example. Uh, let's assume that your Ketu is in your 10th house. Now, if you have a little bit of interest in astrology, you might have heard that the 10th house in our chart is all about your career, your place in the society, your image in the society, how much fame that you will get, what kind of work you will do. What I mean, if I were to use those terms that many astrologers use, it's all about your karma. It's the karma sthan, right? But essentially, it is all about your career. So if you are, say, an engineer and an MBA combination, then and you're working in a consulting firm, then consulting is your karma. If you're working in a technology firm, information technology, for example, IT services, then you are in a IT services career. If you are a businessman, right, you have your own startup or you have inherited your family's business, whatever, right, then your career is all about business, right? So what kind of career you have is told to us by your 10th house. Now Ketu is in your 10th house. The easiest way to tell whether Ketu is helping you or if Ketu is making you work a lot harder, is to ask some simple questions to yourself. We learned Ketu is all about separation, severance, all those big words, right? Spirituality and all that. Right? So, a planet that signifies all those things is in your 10th house of career. The first question you should ask yourself is, do you feel a lot of distance from your career? By that I mean not unhappiness, don't get me wrong, right? Ketu is not the significator of unhappiness. It is about not identifying with it. You're doing a job, you're going at 8 o'clock in the morning, returning at 8 o'clock in the night, 10 o'clock in the night, you're punching your card through the turnstiles, you are getting into your office or you're going to your business premises, you're meeting your clients, doing a whole lot of things. But do you feel a kind of passion do you like your job, right? I'm not asking are you passionate about your job. I mean, I used that word in the previous sentence, but do you at least like your job? Do you look forward to going to your job? Now, many cynical people would think that, who enjoys doing their job nowadays, right? Everybody wants to do something else. But there are people who say that, but in their heart, they actually look forward to it. They actually enjoy getting up in the morning and going to the office, meeting people, and interacting with their colleagues and clients and what have you, right? So if you like doing that, that means Ketu is not causing problems to you, right? Ketu is helping you. It's very simple. Now, if your Ketu is in your second house is what? Second house is all about your wealth, the wealth that you accumulate. It's not your income, it's not your salary that you get or the annual revenue that you make in your business. It's about what part of that has gone on to become your wealth, right? Your salary is 5 lakh rupees per month, you invest 3 lakhs over the last 10 years every month, that's your wealth, right? So, do you feel very attached to your wealth? Does it give you a lot of joy to create wealth? Or do you feel, you're not attached to it? Second house is also about family, about not just the family that you make, your wife, your husband, your children, but your whole family, your parents, your relatives, people who took care of you. As they say, right, it takes a village to raise a child, the entire village that raised you. Do you feel a lot of disassociation with them? Are you staying in contact with them, or is it that you are really well connected with them? So if you are not very well connected to them, or if you are not very well attached to your wealth, that means Ketu is not really helping you. It's going to make you work harder to care for your family, to stay in touch with your family, or to care for your wealth, right? That's how you determine whether Ketu is really helping you in your life or not. And if it is not helping you, right? As I said, if in the first example, if Ketu is in your 10th house and you feel a lot of disassociation with your job, not dissatisfaction, but disassociation. I mean, you do it mechanically, you do it because somebody has told you to. You feel, yeah, I'm good at it, but I'm just floating around. If there is a success in the job, it doesn't give me a lot of happiness. If there is a failure in the job, it doesn't make me stay awake in the night, right? So if you're having that kind of an emotion, then you need to work on your Ketu, right? And there are a lot of remedies that a lot of learned astrologers have given about Ketu, and I respect all of them, right? They talk about doing pujas and mantras. I would encourage all of you, if you believe in pujas and mantras, you should do it. Definitely do it. But What I would tell you, as I said, right, it's about being practical on this channel. You do that, you do all the mantra jap and all of that, you please do it. But the best way to improve your Ketu, what is the best way? Right? The best way is to become like Ketu. What is Ketu? How? What? What does Ketu like? Ketu like people who are spiritual. Right? Ketu is a karma yogi. Many astrologers on YouTube call him a fakir. Right? Uh, the god of uh, who only goes god of only the feelings, not of any other senses. Right? Ketu does not have the head. So if you become like Ketu in your career, what does it mean? If you place a lot of premium on being a karma yogi. Now that word is very big, karma yogi, right? Let me explain. Many times people do their work with uninhibited focus only on the results. मैं ये करूँगा तो मुझे ये मिलेगा, मैं ये काम करूँगा तो मुझे क्या रिवॉर्ड मिलने वाला है, मैंने ये अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन बना के दे दिया, can I get a pat on my back from my boss? I submitted such a great proposal to my client, can I get the order right away, right? So there are people who do chase their career with a lot of emphasis on results, all the time obsessed about results. Ketu doesn't really care about results. A karma yogi doesn't really care about results. For the karma yogi, the journey is the result, right? The journey is the reward. So if you are a IT software executive, find joy in creating the best kind of IT solutions for your customers. If you are a people manager, you are in the HR function, find joy in helping people find happiness in whatever they're doing. Help them. So go to the basic essence of your job and ask yourself, are you enjoying this? If you are a actor, do you enjoy the purest activity of acting? Right? If you are a writer, do you enjoy writing one word after the other? Or are you all the time thinking that will I get published, will I get 500,000, 5 lakhs and 20 lakhs readers, and will I make money from my writing, right? So that's what a person who is having a Ketu in their 10th house should do. The more you do it, the more you practice this, you will see that Ketu helps you. Ketu helps you grow manifold in your career. Now let's quickly look at what does Ketu do in each of the houses, right? Positive, negative. First house, what is first house? First house is your own physicality, your mentality, right? It's your full physical form. And if Ketu is in the first house, just ask yourself, are you really careful about your physicality? Do you work out? Do you exercise? Are you conscious about your body? If you are not, right? Again, what is the first house and what is Ketu? Do it with a sense of spirituality, right? I am taking care of my body because I need to treat it with respect so that this body helps me achieve my goals. Right? It's about being spiritual about the approach. Right? So take care of your body. If you're not really taking care of your body, if you have Ketu in your first house, we discussed about Ketu in your second house. If you are completely dissociated with your family, if you feel dissatisfaction, find ways and means of integrating Ketu characteristics, which is about feelings. Do you have the right kind of feelings for the people in your life? Do you look at them with a spiritual sense? Right? Again, spiritual is a big word, right? I would still say that it's about positive feelings, Do you approach your wealth, the people in your life, with a positivity, right? With good feelings. Ketu is all about feelings. Right? Third house is all about your written communication, short journeys. Um, Again, if are you happy when you are writing emails or writing something on a piece of paper or whatever in your writing? Ketu is third house is also about your parakram. Now, parakram is a big word, but what it means is the inherent courage that you have. Uh, do you feel a sense of adventure when you start something new, or do you feel, oh my God, I'm so afraid, right? So, if you have Ketu in your third house, think about adding the Ketu characteristics about your third house. When you go on your short trips, go with a sense of what are the feelings that you're going to experience. Focus on them rather than whether I'm going to uh, eat great food or great. Am I going to cover all the spots in that short trip or not? Right? Go to the sense of feeling. What is the feeling that I get? Go sit at a sunset, watch it. Right? Enjoy that feeling. Again, think about when you are feeling. If you are feeling that you don't have the courage to do something great right now, think what does it mean to have courage, right? Approach it. What are the feelings that a, a positive feelings that you will get when you use courage in your life, right? Think like that and deploy those feelings in your day-to-day life. In your fourth house, uh, do you feel attached to your mother? Do you feel attached to your property? Do you feel attached to your cars, right? Or do you feel happy when simple happiness comes your way? If you don't, if you are not, if the answer to these, one of these things or all of these things is a simple no, then again, use your feelings, improve those things using your feelings, right? Using your um, spirituality, right? Positive feelings, essentially. Fifth house. Fifth house is about children, your own creativity. Do you feel attached to your children? Do you feel attached to your creativity? If not, use Ketu stuff. Sixth house is about your naukri, the job, right? Sixth house is also about diseases. It's a Dushtana house. More on that later. But sixth house is all about your job. नौकरी जो करते हैं उनका सिक्स्थ हाउस बहुत स्ट्रांग होता है. सो अगर आपके सिक्स्थ हाउस में केतु है, if you have Ketu in your sixth house and if you are feeling very dissociated with naukri, right? Not your career. Career is 10th house, but sixth house is naukri, your day-to-day activities that you do in your job. Your loans, Rog, Ren, Ripu, sixth house, right? Rog is diseases, Ren is debts, Ripu is your enemies, right? So approach your enemies with, again, positive feelings. Approach your debts with positive feelings. Channel positive feelings. Ketu is all about feelings. Channel positive feelings about all the bad things that are there in the sixth house. Right? If you deal with those bad things with a sense of positive feelings, you will overcome it. As an example, if you have, if you're worried about your debt, you have taken a big loan, you're worried, how am I going to repay this loan, right? The easiest way to repay that loan would be to have a very positive approach towards overcoming that situation, rather than getting depressed, than going into a seclusion and all of that. Approach it with a sense of positivity and good feelings that Ketu signifies. Seventh house is your spouse. Are you connected to your spouse positively or negatively? Eighth house is your pida, right? All the frustrations. No, sorry, I used the wrong word. All the pains in your lives are represented by eighth house, right? So if you have Ketu in your eighth house, it is actually considered a good placement. Why? Because Ketu can dissociate you from your pains, right? Uh, it can make you pain free, right? In 10th house, Ketu can potentially dissociate you from your career, but in 8th house, which is pains, Ketu can dissociate you from your pains. But again, if you approach it in a negative way, you will not get dissociated. You approach it in a positive way. Good feelings. 9th house is about spirituality, karma, dharma, right? What is dharma? People ask me this, people say dharma, dharma. Dharma is the most essential feeling of uh, your responsibilities. Right? So, for example, if you are a doctor, the dharma of the doctor is to save lives, to help people overcome diseases. That's the dharma of the doctor. Now, if that doctor is following that day in, day out, that means that the doctor is very dharmic in nature. Okay? So, if you believe in the goodness of your career, of what you do in your life, right, of your dharma, it's not about being career, but who you are. I am a doctor, right? I am an engineer. I am a social scientist. I am this, I am that, right? I could be whatever. I'm just a good husband. I'm just a good son. I'm just a good father. I'm just a good brother. You could be any of that. As long as you're clear about your dharma in that area, the essential feeling, Ketu will help you. 10th house we discussed a lot. 11th house is about your networks, your friends. Again, if you approach, if you feel you are dissociated, not happy with your income, with your friends, with your networks, social circle, approach it with a lot of good feelings. 12th house is the house of separations, frustrations, dissatisfaction, distance, right? All the Ketu things sometimes you feel, right? 12th house is all about Ketu things. Now, if Ketu is in the 12th house, the reason it is called a great placement it is considered a great placement for Ketu is because Ketu will separate you from your frustrations. Ketu will take you away from your dissatisfactions. Ketu will separate you from your separations, right? And that's Ketu is called Moksha Karaka. Many astrologers will hear, right? Of course, there is this, great concept of moksha, and I genuinely believe in that. But if I can call it, how do you achieve moksha in your current birth? How do you achieve happiness? Is if you are really not having a lot of frustrations in life, a lot of regrets in life. You're not separated or distant from things that you love and care. So, and Ketu, when is there in the 12th house, he will make sure that you are none of these, as long as you are positive. So that's the way to use Ketu. Thank you very much, Ketu significations. Thank you very much and for listening in. And in the next video, we'll discuss a little bit more about Ketu. Thank you.